Good afternoon, all. It's 4:34 p.m. on Wednesday, August 9, 2023. You may have noticed last week we did not have a webinar, did not post it to on a YouTube video. As you can see there, our last post there was from 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Problem was that I had a severe case of this pneumonia / cold / rhinovirus. They don't know what it is. And it had been started on a Monday morning or Monday afternoonish. On Tuesday, they couldn't detect anything other than warning me saying, stay away from everybody and everything. So self-imposed quarantine. And there was just no way I could do a webinar for you guys. So my apologies. Now, Admiral Tico jumped in to help out, and he went after posting some charts for us. And I think he did stuff also today. He's a good kid. He helps out. So make sure you follow him. Admiral Tico is becoming our charting guru. Okay, with a little commentary here and there, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's what he did. We appreciate that. Does he get an extra tomahawk? Probably, but I want him to pay for it himself because he's got the cash. He's got the cash flow. So from that Twitter feed you just saw, yeah, exactly. So he's got to learn. Anyhow, long story short, I'm back on the horse. I think. Did not touch anything trading wise until a Monday. So a little bit of a sim trading coming in for about a couple of hours. But I went through my routine, taking notes of the trade, the logic, the time, the in, the out, size, and the P&L. And then I switched to live. And I traded Tuesday, I traded today. So we did pretty good. Today we did about, again, now I'll explain the logic there too. We did about 13.4 today net. At the end of the day, it was 13.4. Yesterday was 10.7. And this is live only. I'm not counting this. Sim doesn't mean anything. We did about 2.5% on Monday afternoon when I started the live trade. It's just you guys ease into it. So, and I have not touched anything for a week, so I was very rusty. Anyhow, things are good, no problem. Now, over the weekend we managed to get 4.94 done the way I want. It's actually a right version of 4.93. We put 493 out, but it was a band-aid. It was not what I wanted. It solved the problem we had at 4.925. Long story short, we had promised, as the market conditions change, volatility change, especially during the summertime, we will look at different ways of improving this. And we have to evolve, okay? As if you look at James Maxwell equations, back in 1850s, great British philosopher and physicist, in electromagnetism theory. You'll see that there are two constants in this universe. But only two constants in this universe. One is the speed of light, which Einstein later on has E equal mc2. That's c, the speed of light. It's constant. It's not going to change. It's absolute speed. The other one is change itself. This means that the universe is always changing. We've always made that our motto. We will always evolve. Dennis knows me many years. Of course, Cash knows me a bit longer. I've always evolved. Why? If you sit still, you're going to become obsolete. So, and especially with the system, where it's got certain parameters, we make sure that we commit ourselves to those improvements, little by little, at the margin, and with the logic. And if it doesn't work, then there's a problem. We're going to go back and find out why. Remember, when you look at a chart, let's come here. When you look at a chart, okay, this is history. History just stopped here. Why? Because this stopped trading. If I go to ES, the history is being written right now. Okay, market is still open another 20 minutes on the futures. This is history. It's already happened. You can't trade on history. You have to trade on future. Your order has to be put in ahead of price. Otherwise, you can't get filled back here. For example, you gotta get filled after the last print here. So in system trading, that becomes a major issue. What you see in the past has nothing to do with the future per se. Yes, you get some feel. You understand some outlier events, but you need to keep it low degree of freedom and robust enough so that if it worked here, if it worked there, and it worked here, it's going to work also here, which is what we got to trade right in the future, not here. I don't confuse the two. I'm talking about history. This is all history. History plus is what we're trading. Okay, doesn't matter what after this, Apple, whatever, the stocks, bonds, whatever, the same. So what we did was that we made a couple of small movements at the margin. Hold on, this is the landing page. I want to go here. Okay, and we had some issues. So we studied it, went back, and we didn't give up. We survived it, went in there and did it again. Now, over the weekend, we finished what I was trying to get to, which is first of all with July 25. Here's what I'm trying to get to. I'm going to get the list. And we always post them, what the changes are, just like other big software companies do. You should list your changes so people know. Not everything, but the most recent ones. People, because they're with you. People are with you, they'll follow. This went out this morning for use for tomorrow. We ran it yesterday here. We had a bug. We had a toggle that was not set right. The code performed fine, but the toggle was not set. Upon review at night, when we switched the toggle, it worked fine. So we have every expectation of working tomorrow. It's a 4.94. Update is 0702. Why am I saying it here? Because there's a lot of relationship between the two. What do you call it? Where's this? Oh, sorry. Okay. The orb here and market timing. So this is what you want to see. 1.0702 should be in yellow at nighttime. Once you go in there and customize it, you trigger it, then it goes to green. I'm just going to do it quickly for you. You'll see. You need to do that. Turn this off. Do this, and then boom. Yes, I agree. Cool. Yeah. Okay. It's going to take a few seconds. Goes to green, and now you're good. You're good to go. When you get that, and you see today, being Wednesday, didn't trade. But this is really armed for tomorrow. So this went out. There's two system houses in Chicago, Stryker and Fox. They have it too. And we traded again yesterday here. As I said, only the toggle was a problem. Actually, we made a little bit of money yesterday. Not bad. Okay. So that's 4.94. Main issue. I'm sorry, I missed that. Main issue is right here. The second contract exit. The second one. Remember, we go in three contracts each unit, whether it's MNQ or NQ. We pull out one, and one. First one's the early profit. We didn't change anything. The second one, we moved it to a faster DMZ, the one that's hugging the price. Okay. Why? Summertime. We went to one trade only, and it's a confidence issue. Some people will not want to sit there and see for the big run. Just that they're wired differently than you and I. Okay, nothing wrong with it. That's what they are. This is a little bit faster DMZ. And then the last trade, the third contract again is EOS or BE, the trailing stop BE or end of time. So that's their fault. Why do we need that? Every trader wants to have a runner. The runner brings in the juice, and that's what you want. Hi, Julian. How are you? The runner is which comes in and brings the brings the stake, and that's what people want. Let them have it. We didn't take that out. Okay, so I think we got this where we want. There's an update there on that, and we're going to leave it for a while. These charts have to be updated. They will be, but it's just I'm just getting back on the horse, one person. But those over the weekend hopefully will be put together. All right. I do have some work I'm doing also on Tiger Shark. I have a big presentation on Friday, but I was trying to get this out of the way for you guys so that our mainstay is functional the way I want. Okay. Let's see. What else do I have for you guys to say? Anything? Tomorrow I'll be gone early in the morning. No, on a fast in the stomach, I can't eat anything after 9 o'clock tonight. So, but I'll be back. That's what they let me go. It's around the corner here. We have CPI and PPI tomorrow on Friday. CPI tomorrow, PPI on Friday. So let's go to econ calendar. Okay. We're going to refresh the charts too. I think just looking at, listen, I put some gas in the car yesterday, and I never look at the prices. It's just I'm not price sensitive because I hardly drive, and everything around me is very short term, short distance, so it doesn't matter. You know, I may put a gas in twice a month, tops, if that, mostly once a month. So I don't drive that distance now. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to be at Trace Station. I'm going to go to Sullivan. Say, that's where I would want to put, look at it, put some gas in. I would pay attention to the price maybe. If I put in 470, that's expensive for down here compared to the last few months. So my feeling is that CPI, I mean, oil prices have been going up. There's the issue about Russia. This was on Bloomberg. It's not my idea. This is Russia. But possibility of Russia not be able to sell as much oil as they think, and maybe also Saudis may say A and B do B. The word they're known for that. All those countries. I'm not picking on the Arabs. I'm just saying even the Persians over there. They say A and do B, or see if they can get away with it. And maybe there's a talk also that Saudis may cut back to keep the prices up, whether or not um, Russia is going to be shipping oil. So the prices have, there's been good demand there. Prices are up and steady. So I expect CPI tomorrow to be on the upside. I think the consensus is going to be beaten, but we'll see. We shall see. 3.3 year to year. Watch for this number to be a little bit bigger tomorrow. And number one, we're still in the driving season. Yeah, of course, I expect this to be a little bit higher too, the month to month. I don't really pay too much attention to X food and energy, but maybe we should. We'll see. We'll see how the interpretation is. But the headline number is going to be 2.2. I would say 0.2 or better, and 3.3 or better. So I think this number is going to be surprised tomorrow. All right. Jobless claims, jobless claims, nothing else there. Balance sheet. Hey, we know that. Key number again on Friday is going to be two items: PPI at 8:30, 10 on consumer confidence, customer sentiment. Is it expiration? No, it is not expiration. Expiration is the following week. Right. Expiration is the following week. Yeah, sure. It couldn't be. So let's see what PPI is. I think that's a little bit bigger tell, but that's the way, because I think of it always as a theory of the firm. Your input cost sets a space. If you remember last summer, the guy who called the top was Jeff DeGraff, based on what he saw on PPI. It was on LinkedIn and went wild. It was spot on. He picked the top on the inflation with the CPI around 9%. So pay attention to PPI. I usually try to do that and look for this number at 0.2. And that's that's the same as Expo energy there. So we shall see, but that's the number I'm looking at, 0.2. Consumer confidence has been flying. Of course, if sentiment doesn't matter, they're close enough. They've been flying, and the problem with it, the only problem right now there is really some of the quick like that. There's some defaults there. There's some defaults on car loans. Aside from that, and the like per capita or per household credit is increasing. So that's not necessarily good. People are still spending. That says the confidence is up, the sentiment is up. So they're going to continue doing that. Fed is going to watch this. If this number gets past 75, they're going to have reactions. So I suspect we could be 72, 73, 74 tomorrow. We'll see what number comes. Do definitely, not tomorrow, Friday. Do definitely pay attention there. Now, tomorrow I'm not here early in the morning. Unfortunately, this test was set up weeks ago, and because of my recent health issue, they're telling me it's the same group saying, no, you got to hold it. You can't cancel. You got to show up. We need to know what's wrong with you. Well, maybe I do need to know it myself too. But I'll definitely be here Friday. My only issue on Friday is around noon. I have a important meeting Zoom wise here, but I'll definitely be in the morning. I'll be up early. This morning I was here at 4 in the morning, 4:30. But then again, we're trying to get the orb out properly. But that's for this week. Next week is expiration, and this is August, so it's going to be a quiet one. Usually is, and then that's that. Let's go to some charts. Again, our charts are being handled by Admiral Tico. We appreciate his stamina, endurance, and goodwill. So, as you know, we added EW in there, equal weights. We're going to get to both. Okay, it's simply a measure of. I've got this one split up because these comes from internals. They're going to be exactly the same, so there's no point looking at that. What becomes crucial is comparing the price and its sigma levels versus and its CICI diff. So if you see, there's a little chart difference. That's all. And the input is different. It's just $ Sierra Papa 500 Echo Whiskey. Okay, and for NDX is $ November Delta X-ray Echo. Equal weighted. As you could see, this takes the impact of the big cap, the mega caps, not the big caps. They're all bigger. They're all big caps. The mega caps out and gives them equal weight. Okay, and that usually is very more profound up here. Why? Or for that case here, that's where most big boys hide out. So as we go lower, and they do, the performance is going to merge. Okay, so now I'm new at this, so I'm just going to take some notes. I'll get better and better at it. But again, going back to the concept, evolving, change, universe demands that. So be ready. We've been talking about 4421 area. We pumped up a little bit. That's the 54 a couple of days ago. Now it's 4427. As we're right below -3 sigma. I think we have a rendezvous there. That's our destiny. It could be easily if one or two of the inflation data, as reported tomorrow, will surprise. We can easily move 1 sigma. We did that today. That's nothing. It's 30 For that reason, I'm still staying short. Okay, haven't put anything on, but I'm staying short because this was really painful. Probably it didn't help my health condition either because you get depressed like this. See, I missed this day, and that was a problem right there. You can lose one day, but not after that. And if you're not paying attention, the pain just takes over. So we need to clean house. Well, I'll never get back to 43, but even at 4420 area, I'm ready to take lick my wounds, take a small loss, and step back. My feeling is going to be more than that, but you just don't know. Sometimes one bird in hand is better than 5 out there in the bush. But if you look at the weekly, I'm trying to get to here, you'll see if we drop, this is going to be a good drop. And the problem is that people are way too bullish. Why is that? Because we have written this up. Up here is all nothing but bulls. Yeah. So This says we should have a low somewhere, right? This peak. So we shall see. The CIs just crossed negative. Look at the what do you call? Look, CIs are for the weekly. So we're just beginning. We're just beginning of a drop. So I see. I'm like, how are you, sir? So go through your stocks. Get rid of those Bawa names you have. They're not going to help you. You're actually better off taking some off the table anyway. And I'm not saying go buy something. I'm just saying hold on to cash. It's time to respect a little of cash. I could be absolutely wrong, but that's my gut feel. Okay. So let's see. We are not getting any bounce here yet. It's early. For a good bounce that's tradable, I want to see 350, 300, 275 negative reading. Nothing there yet. Just very gradual, cut by, death by 1,000 cuts routine right now. So all right. So far for that. Here's your thing. When we were scared, what was scaring us before on a run up is also leading us down here, which is transportation. So we went through. If you look at it on a count basis, you'll see where we are on the. I'm terms of it's not count basis. Based on its sigma channels, you'll see where we are. So this has not gotten bad yet. Okay, just the beginning. Yeah. I suspect if we have a downdraft, we could see the 3 sigma there, which is about 15.6. We're trading around 600. So that's another 617. That's 570 point more on the transportation, which is not a jump change. It's several percentages. Look for that. I don't know what to make out of Russell now in the interest rate regime we're in. As you know, these are the guys taking the brunt of it. They're going to lead vehemently. I would try not to read too much into it on Russell, because this Russell is not your Russell from a few years ago. Look at the NDX, almost went negative on the trender. Okay, how many we have? We still at 8 out of 8, but almost went to negative. Oh, actually, no, this is negative. So it's 7-1. We're just beginning and moved up. I've been pounding the table telling you what, even though look at this, we still went higher. But because the moving average is sucking up faster, you have a bearish divergence. Okay, another bearish divergence. Nothing there. Kind of maybe. Yeah, a slight bearish divergence there, but this is a good one. So we're going to see 7-1. That number is going to change. You're going to get 6-2 as more and more start going negative. So watch your detrenders. Talked about these. Okay. SP1 broke under a center line, or 0.6, came down to almost 1, went back up, failed again. Okay. While in the very congested area. Remember, these are from the internals. That's not the price. So I think we should see another sigma, maybe 2 more here before this is done. The better and faster way to look at it is Momo. Admiral Tico has been posting some Momo charts. You want to see that around -10. Nothing here yet, but we were -5. So VIX, we went to 18 momentarily yesterday. We're at 16. Again, I haven't looked at the chart. This is just driving and hearing Bloomberg radio. A lot better than CNBC, that's for sure. Even though I spent some of my youth on CNBC rather than Bloomberg. Let's see. If you look at it here, there's a congestion. They have an island there. Yeah, we'll see. This is not a pullback on the VIX. It's too low. We didn't go high enough. Both absolute value and sigma levels. So I just have a feeling we have another another push up in the VIX. And you see that CI. Definitely can see the Momo is coming into VIX. Again, who knows? Nobody knows. This market is so jittery. There have so many factors. People are so nervous. Volume is thin, and it's the summertime. So that sticking to a forecast and sticking to your guns could be a signal of a ruin, upcoming ruin. So be flexible. Okay, this is this today or not? Let me make sure we have. No, we don't have today yet. The skew for today, I don't think it's here yet. Yeah, that's 8-8. That's not today yet. Okay. We kept on talking about no move from SQ, no move from SQ. Things are quiet. It finally pulled up 1 to 3 sigma, which put it about 153, 154 above design limit, but and just a tad over the current median, but nothing like we've seen before, sigma levels wise. So I'm not reading anything into it other than I think they're just letting some positions they had to be stayed on. There were positions earlier, but they closed it. That's what that says. They were out of the money position they had, they closed it. So maybe the big boys are also confused. It won't be your first time or last. I'm sorry, Randy. Pop up in what? Pop up in what asset? We looked at a number of different assets. If CPI is by CPI good, what do you mean by CPI good CPI? High CPI reading or low CPI reading? I want to make sure I understand the question. So you want to reformat that question a little bit more detailed for me, and I'll answer that. I just don't want to make an assumption of what you meant versus what I meant. Low CPI, yeah, I don't think so. The other way. The other way. I think the CPI would be higher, mainly from oil prices, gasoline prices as a consumable, oil prices as a headline item because of the possible disruptions, maybe. And it's a tight market, but because of what OPEC has done. So I think it's going to be the CPI should I'm saying CPI should be higher versus expectation, and the SPY should trade lower. That's what in my mind. Otherwise, I would have covered today. I haven't. I want to give it 1 or 2 more days there. All right, rendezvous is near. Stock RSI says we're near our rendezvous point, fairly close. A good close below 25 on SP2 would be excellent, absolutely excellent for this pattern. Okay, and then I would buy the market. I don't care. I'll take the loss, buy the market, but not right now. Right now, I think we have a continuation. Now, one caveat: we could have a continuation problem, which is we get such of a bad news from one area, and then another area hits. Let's say, whatever, exogenous, overseas stuff, so forth. China, fight with Russia versus Ukraine. So, but I want to see a retest of 25 here. I think by then we'll get also our rendezvous point. Okay. And this is a little bit too low. I want to spike up again on the 3 months VIX. Now, remember, next week is expiration. So as of by next 2 days, we'll stay with August long, short November. But as of Friday close, this coming Friday close, we're going to roll. We're going to roll to September long and short December. So U long plus U minus Z, okay, for the VX futures. VX symbol, which is the VIX futures. I think we're getting set up. We're getting set up with that test. And that's what's on my you know head up display. Treasuries not bad today, a little bit higher, but let's see what's happening with the front end. If you look carefully, actually, that's a 7-year high, not an all-time high, but 7-year high. This data we look back is 7-year. That's long enough. It goes pre-pandemic, so that you don't want to be focusing just on one area. Again, robust. You want indicators are robust, not that are looking perfect for what you're doing now. So even if, for example, even ORB, you said we have to change sometimes. Sometimes we have to, but we still test it in other time periods too. We don't just go there and say we want to perfect it where we are in now. No need to. It has to be robust. Yeah, it's very crucial. You keep on making money even though the data is slightly bad or it's not as perfect. Then that's a signal that your system is robust. So I think you're going to see rates continue to creep up a little bit, especially 10-year. I mean, that's where the crux of the matter is. This is mortgages. So, and of course, the inverted curve is still there pretty decently. Look at where we are here, 5.2 versus 4.2, 1% difference. So, Larry, here's another thing. Okay, we're not getting the flush. Where's the flush? That should be a question for yourself. Where's the flush? Okay, so in terms of, I'm looking for baby with bathwater. Great move at the close. Absolutely great. As a matter of fact, I'm driving in and I'm looking at the trade station on my phone behind the red lights, and I'm saying, what the hell? I mean, you should have been there and knocked the heck out of it. Well, I said, Fatty, your head isn't working. First of all, you can't do that. It's busy time. And you're here, and let's just see where we go. So a couple of miles later, I'll start looking at it again. A couple of miles later, again. Now this is a long distance I had to drive. North Bonita Beach area. And then, boom, rotates. And they just kill it if you're here. Let's go through overnight chart, you'll see. Just look at LES. Beautiful close. That means what? The big boys came in and took control. Big boys do not want to be surprised. They do not like to be out of control. So this rally was just a perfect head fake. Always these folks always watch 30 minutes. Don't forget. And the center line of a Sigma channel is the best. You can build this up yourself. Just put a Bollinger Band in and watch the center line on 30 minutes. This is pure future. Okay? They sold it pretty decently to go back where they want this thing. So I think if they know anything, if they've got any models, they're probably looking at the fact that CPI people are not going to come in market friendly. They'll be adverse to the market. That could be wrong, but that's my gut feel. Part of it is market pressure and economics. Part of it is order flow. We just don't know what is what. Nobody knows. But notwithstanding order flow, I think the next 2 days we should be down. And you can see these guys. I mean, these guys, boom. Yeah, this one trying to go to a buy, but you can see the rotations. These guys don't rotate that often. We broke a center line. Center line is key. I mean, one of the key. Center line of some indicator package, okay? But center line is probably one of the key parts. Key milestone with Tiger Shark. We always compare it against the center line. Okay. So what some indicator we're using, whatever that indicator is. We look at it's safe to say if you have an indicator A that is not biased, okay? Let me give that caveat. It's not biased, so the upside and downside are equal. Then your center line is a key measure of where your bias should change. We just changed. And usually you don't snap back and forth. Here we didn't have no closes there. This is a close above. But now we've had a number of closes here. So I think stay on the short side is good. for now. Okay, what else do I need? Sorry guys, I'm still not super clear, but trying to get back here. Okay, let's see if this thing updated. Looks like it is actually. Okay, all right. So what we told you before, remember? Remember last time we looked at this, it was raging out. Could not get over 77.5 at last swing high. We come down, we're at sigma level. I'm sorry, at MA50 level for these 200-day moving 200-day moving average percentage, which is a scoring number. Okay, this is not an indicator. You cannot trade this. It's just a scoring number, and we're at 65. So we gave it up all that rally that we had post 55. Now here's the question: do we drop back to 55, reassemble, go back up, or this is the beginning of a pull down? I don't know. I don't know. Now, but I would say this: Fed will raise at least one, if not two. And if I was Chairman Powell, and thank God I'm not, but if I was, I would have gone to 50 basis points. Now, yeah. Why? We gotta finish this job. The hesitancy is not good. Remember last year, this time I was saying, Chairman Powell, 100 basis points, full point, 1, 2, 3 times, just full. You gotta destroy it. Didn't do it. That's why it's lingering on. And there's some reading. Folks out there are saying that inflation could be a U this time. That means we had a peak, we came down, now it's going to rise again. If that's the case, next year could be stagflation. A lot of ifs out there. I don't know which one is going to win. All I know is that we're going to be students of history and keep watching. With that, I would be more than happy to take your questions. Randy, did I answer your question, sir? Hey, Jim, how are you? Wow, here's a voice from the past. Jim, what's going on? Jim is a realtor in Chicago. Jim is watching the 10-year like a hawk. And if he wants to, he'll take probably some of that profits he had on those flipping those houses and go and buy some 10-year to give us a headache. Yeah, to fool us a little bit. Yeah, I've got news for you guys. The 10-year should rise. I think we should see a print above 7-year high. It won't be this week or next week, but between probably now and Christmas, you're going to see a new high on 10, a new 7-year high on 10-year. That's my gut feel. Part of it is oil. Okay, any questions for me? This was sweet. 45 minutes. Okay, we'll post this. I'm sorry again for last issue. It just wasn't there, and I wasn't going to do it on a Sunday. I actually ended up going for trying to fix the 4.94. Yeah, so, and you know, if you don't rest, when you have rhinovirus, there's no cure, there's no therapeutic, there's no vaccine. You just need to stay out of stress points. Like, don't trade, you know, go for small walks for fresh air, but basically don't exert yourself. Of course, temperatures have been really, really overwhelming down here. With a one exception or two exceptions. One night we dropped 20 degrees because of rain. Rain was so hard. I just happened to be outside. Look at the thermometer there, it was like 98. It was too hot. Came inside, rain started. 2 hours later, it was 78. Yeah, and a cool breeze, and then rain stopped. But we haven't been lucky recently. It's pretty hot. So there is still thanks, Greg. There's still lots of mortgage money out there. Yes, true. 1980 was different. First of all, 1980, nobody had expected for what's his name? Walker do what he did. That was a surprise. Uh, now we have more better resources. We have much better credit markets than we did in terms of pool of investor interest. So yes, we have a lot more money now. But I think the guidelines have been a little bit tougher, and you're going to probably see that, which was what last year the Fed laid out the markers saying, the quality has to be better checked, so that they don't go on some lending binge. But also look at where the values are. I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine who was buying a condo on the beach in Santa Monica, and I've been away from that market for so long. What the uh, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac limits for blew my mind. It's just so much out there. So yes, there's a lot more money out there on the investment side. But they still you have to, that's size, but I'm talking about rates. I think the rates have a little bit more to go on the upside. I don't think we have tamed this inflation yet, and you can see it at the pump right now. So right, absolutely, affordability a problem for medium income, absolutely. Isn't that always though? Except now you can't get those. Do you have a pulse? We get you a loan thing. Those days are gone. Post Dodd Frank. Yeah, they have to. Otherwise, we'll have 2008 again. See, Wall Street loves these peaks and troughs. So we got to be careful not to get caught there again. Yes, that's true. And the rent prices have come down. But we actually see it also in Florida, especially specifically Naples, where you would think it was one of the last places you would see that. But it's actually seen here too. Any other questions for me? We, as always, webinars are posted here, so you'll see the next one on the 16th. You don't need to register more than once. It automatically keeps track of you. Okay. It gives you update. I think if we change something, if something or we cancel, you get a notice, and there's a check mark. We always choose that to give you a notice, and I think one day. Is it one day? Yeah, I think it's one day, 4 hours, and then 1 hour. So you get 3 notices. You hopefully you'll see one of those. But whatever email you register with us, please monitor that. One of my friends / family member, he never checks his emails. So if you move it around a day or so, or a couple of hours, or cancel, you always hear from him like, "What happened to the webinar?" So don't do that. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I've got to go and take a little rest here. I worked too hard. Listen, I made 13.4%. Now, it's not a big account. I'm not going to mislead you, okay? But sizable account. And 13.4, that's nice for about 35, 40 minutes of work. But everything lined up. That's the beauty of Tiger Shark. When things line up, you want to take advantage of it. And then you step back. Because it's summer, because volume is low, there's no conviction. So you got to hit and run. You got to take your money, book it, and go. And if you sit there, as Admiral Esposito was saying the other day, he says there's no continuation. So if you make 2 trades, there's no reason they should be the same in terms of bias or size. There's no logic like that right now because the volume is low, conviction is low. And if you go to a 3rd trade, you can give back the first and the second one, or part of between first and second one back. So you get a couple of good hits, call it a day. Go and do something else. Oh, Dennis, don't forget before you go. So I'm opening email today. I'm in the middle of some analysis here with the chart. I'm also running a trade on Tiger Shark. I close and come back. Look at my email. There's a guy from Italy saying that since I live in Naples, probably there's going to be a lot of Italians here. Okay, are you with me? Yeah. Are you sitting down? Yeah. So far, so good. Would I be interested in a joint venture on pizza. I said, wait a second. So if NQ futures don't work, if Tiger Shark doesn't work, ORB, maybe I have a backstop. It's called selling pizza. I mean, can you believe this? So I think the other question is, does Naples need another pizza shop? I think this is like one city that as many as pizza, the pot places in West Hollywood, California. You have pizza places here. It's incredible. Yeah, yeah. Get a Pepe's franchise. So yeah, great venture, right? Always a backup. Always have a backup, just in case. The programming, the royalty model, market timing, none of that work. There's always you could be selling pizza imported from Italy. Don't forget, imported from Italy. So I politely responded that unfortunately I'm a time bankrupt right now. Maybe some other time I'll pay attention to. So unbelievable. And this guy came through LinkedIn. What are these guys doing? From LinkedIn. It's just incredible. Oh, wow. You all have a great weekend. I mean, a great evening and a weekend. We'll see you next Wednesday. Thank you. We'll be posting this on YouTube right after this.